So I've been playing with 7-segment displays recently. If you don't know what a 7-segment display is, it looks like that. Essentially, 7 segments indicate the portions of the number. So you can see top and sides, middle, bottom equals 7 segments. Because I wanted to make a timer for, this event I do called First Next Step, and I really wanted to use a big 7-segment display, which I purchased, but it's not really enough ever to just buy something. I could have just bought a timer. Heck, I could have just used a timer on my phone, but I really want to make one because I like making things, and so let's go through the process of learning how to mess with these 7-segment displays. I want to get in focus. I'll take it back a little bit. Forward, back, all forward. Okay, so the other thing to note, a 7-segment display is essentially 7 LEDs. And an 8th LED, of course, being the dot. If you look here, there is a small dot. To the right of the digit, and and that's another LED that's controlled by voltage. So if you think of these as just a bunch of LEDs, this is a standard LED. It's so hard for the camera to get focused, but the LED is made up of a anode and a cathode. Let me see, the cathode is the ground. So my 7-segment display is a common cathode display, which means that I have common grounds for the top set and the bottom set, and the voltage goes through the anodes. So if you look at your standard LED, the short side typically, and the flat side on an LED is the cathode, the ground side. I can demonstrate starting this up with a standard C2032 watch battery. If I put the positive side on the positive leg, the negative side on the negative leg, it lights up. Boop, boop, boop. So what I have are 8 LEDs, 7 to make the digits. Focus is so hard for this thing. I just really want it to focus. Anyways, LEDs, pretty simple. So I quickly grabbed a segment map so that you could see how the pins map. Hold on, let me just unplug this guy and show you. So you see there are 10 pins, 2 grounds, and then 8 LED anodes. So so these all map to the 7-segment display map, and that should give you a little bit of knowledge. It's garbage day, and I got a bulldog sitting over here who possibly will start snoring or barking at me. But I've been working with particle photons and electrons recently. I really like their setup. They got a nice cloud-based system. You can see here I've done a really simple setup for my display. Essentially, I've set up my pins to be outputs and just turn them on and off based on the number I'm using. I can upload this file, or I can upload the code or whatever, but it's just turn on, set your pin to high, set your pin to low, and I've created a simple little Boolean on off for the dot, because I realized that I wasn't activating the dot, and I thought it'd be good to show it. So I mapped my LEDs to the map. So G, F, A, B, the D, P, the dot, the C, D, and E. And yeah, now I'm just running the code to turn the LEDs on based on which number I want. And that's as simple as it gets. Here is my 7-segment display. This is my Particle Photon. I'll just show you how to quickly wire these up together. As I've pointed out before, this is a common cathode 7-segment display, so the center pins on this match up to the ground. So we're just gonna ground up these pins here first. Nothing's powered up, so it's not really a huge problem, but I just want to be sure I'm not shorting anything out. And based on the map I've got here, the G is D7, so there's G there to D7. Sorry about the shading and whatnot. D6 is my F, so I've been pretty sequential in how I connect these up, but there's no reason not to pay attention. The A, which is the top, is going to be D5. The D4 is B. There's B there. And we go to the bottom row, D3 being the dot. Okay, you can probably hear my fan going on my laptop, the poor thing. Get to this one. The C is D2. Okay. D is D1, in this case, of course. Okay. And E, which is this part, is D0. And honestly, all that's left is to plug it in. So it connects, and there we go. I've got my fluctuating dot going on and off, and then the thing counting up. Yeah, counting up. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's it. So there you go. That's how you connect it up to the particle electron. And honestly, you connect it up to any Arduino and run the code, it will work the same way. You're setting the pins high and then low, just like you would a regular LED. So that blink example that you can find online for Arduino, this is essentially an extended version of the blink example. Okay, there you go. 7-segment display, single digit.